What up, guys? Jen Graves here, just doing a quick update for you guys. So, pulled out a lot that I'm trying to actually get through and read and whatnot. So, part of this I actually have over here on the side to kind of do like a quick little review and be able to put it on my progress shelf. That way, I know I've read it and I can figure out what I have next to read or store it, whichever or. So, sure you guys have seen this thing as well. Friendwall finally got part of it up. So, whoop. Anyway, though, let's hop into it. So, gosh, it feels so long ago since I did any of this, or since I've reviewed anything, kind of, sort of. But that's okay. We'll hop into it. So, the first one I'm going to show you guys is actually Downfall. This is the one that we did for the Dadcast maybe like 2 or 3 weeks ago with Crispy, Manga, and Metal, and Darth Penn. So really cool to review that. One of the, Asano works. So really good. It's kind of about a manga creator being in between manga and not knowing where to go from there. As well as just his kind of, I wouldn't really say like depression, but it's pretty close to it. Kind of that, just really not knowing where to go next. So I don't ever feel like we get that part of the character feeling like he's depressed. Um, you know, just because there's not any of the really deep seated what do I do, or some thoughts and stuff that you usually hear about people going through, but just kind of spinning his wheels of wanting something new and not being able to think about what is that goal to continue and move forward. So it was good. I liked it. Let's see. Oh yeah, let's pull these ones out right here. Actually, we'll get this one right here. So, Drifters, Volume 6, really good one. I was super excited to get this one. If you guys don't know, this one's made by Helsing, and it's kind of like the 12 Beast manga, where there's another world that they go to, except every person in this is somebody that we know in our world as somewhat of a historical celebrity. And there's a good side and a bad side, and they have to fight with these fantasy creatures and stuff like that. So, very good. Let's do this one right here next. It's kind of like Christmas. You got to figure out what you're going to pull out next, and if it matters or not, really. So, we have this one, Ultraman Volume 13. Super good. This one, I feel like, is still as action packed as we had before, going for it and everything, where they tried to figure out what to do. We got these two brothers that were pretty cool in it. Their suits and armor and everything looks almost exactly the same, except for their little helmet or alien headpieces. But yeah, we got a little more into this. We're finding more out about the Galaxy Committee, or Star Cluster Committee, I think is what it's called, and what they're going to do. And then we kind of got like a little slip shot of somebody that they know really close to them is actually a member of it, and kind of pulling the strings behind both agencies, which is really, really weird. So if you haven't gotten into that one, definitely do so. If you like kaiju or anything else, Ultraman is a great rendition that has taken the TV show and then kind of morphed it and changed it into its own story, and just made it really awesome. I love it. Then we have Berserk 40. So getting close to the end of the series. Honestly, you can just tell. If you look at it, you can tell that that's where we are going to, because we are basically in the home stretch with what is going on. In this one, the big event that happens is Casca gets her memories back. Because they're still in the dream world. Almost all of it takes place in the dream world, except for this little thing we get with Griffith at the end, where they find out that there's these big like tree portals that if you go into it alone without somebody that has like a supernatural sense or something, you'll get lost. So that's really, I don't know what that's going to do anything. As far as I know, earlier in the series with like magical creatures and stuff, it's just kind of a monster of the week thing. You see them and then they're gone. So, let's see. I should have 2 of this one. All right. So I also read How to Treat Magical Beasts, Volume 4. I actually love this series. This is one that, at the same time with the little girl basically learning how to be a veterinarian, she also basically has like a grandmother or whatever that taught her part of the stuff before, um, to be like a druid witch kind of. And you go with her on her journey to basically heal these creatures, which she finds and tests one of her biggest things yet, which is a griffin. And they also find this kind of god of the mountain, and he kind of joins them and says, "Oh, I really want to help," and all this other stuff. So we'll just have to figure out where it goes from there, because we're kind of like in the middle, I feel like, of a story. That's usually how it ends. Uh, at the end of every book, you usually get like halfway into a story thing, because they do it, and you'll either get 1, 2, or 3 chapters for it, and then it's standalone for each kind of creature you get. And they might mention the old ones, but um, you could kind of read those out of order. But then this one, we have this guy in it now that is the mountain god, and now we got to figure out what's going to happen, because now he's kind of into all of it, but him and the teacher kind of butt heads. So not like 100% there yet, but we'll figure that out. Then we have Magical Girl Sight. We have 10 and we have 11. So in perfect Magical Girl fashion, whether it be Magical Girl Sight or Magical Girl Apocalypse, basically you have this cut in where you get a good chunk all the way up to, I would say, 3/4 of the ending, and then they cut you off and they back up the story a little bit with a secondary party, or group of people or something like that, with Magical Girl Sight, Magical Girl Apocalypse. And from there, you go into it where you find out that there are these other 2 girls. You start out on their journey. You go into the future, and you come back into the modern day of what you know of the story so far, and you get, now these are the characters that are the pivotal turning point for the story, and how the good guys are basically going to win. So it happens a lot. I'll just say that, because both of them did it in some way or another. But it's pretty good with that too. Let's see. Oh, yeah, because I did have one more. This is the 2 girls that I was telling you about for volume 9. So we got 10 and 11 and 9 that we read, which is cool. That's our 2 characters that are going to be our big pivotal moment for whatever happens in the future of the series. Then we got Apolsums down, Apolsums 4. This one, if you read it, I would say it does feel like, as long as it takes for this to come out, is as long as the journey is going on in the book. I don't know if that's supposed to be a thing or not, but the story basically feels like we've already been into the world for Lord, maybe 2 years or so, and we're only on book 4. So it comes out maybe once or twice a year, sometimes 3 times or so. But we do have this kind of in world, everything takes a really long time, so it feels like the story. It's a really quick read, which is weird, but it feels like there's so much that you have to pull out of it as you read each one because it seems like a year passed, a month passed, something like that. So then we got Kakigurui 11. This is the one where we find out basically that the um, main girl has a boss in kind of the start or the second book, I guess, not so much the start of where all of the family members come in for the Obami clans. And we find out that they're all basically related and trying to take this presidential seat or class president seat of the school. So, really good. Where was that other one at? All right, so we got 28 of Attack on Titan, 29 of Attack on Titan, and 30 of Attack on Titan. So if you know, I do like this series. I really loved Before the Fall. This one has kind of shaken me out of it a couple times where I have liked it, I have not liked it. I've liked it again, I have not liked it again. Yeah, we're there. No, I don't know where we're at exactly. Um, just all this different stuff. And now we've gotten this thing that you find out that the Attack Titan, basically the person in the future of owners of the Attack Titan, can kind of see a vision kind of back in time and show it to others, and basically can sit there and annoy or talk to the previous owners or previous owner and get them to kind of like just by talking to them or stressing them out or whatever and kicking them into action to actually do something. So we found out that even though we have all the crap that happened with Eren Yeager's dad, we found out that it's actually Eren Yeager that is kind of the mastermind behind the whole plot without even knowing it as he became an adult. And we're kind of having this sibling rivalry between Eren and Zeke. So no more spoilers than that. That's just a quick synopsis. And yeah, so we'll figure out. I feel like we're about to get a lot of Titan combining. I'm not exactly sure how it's all going to work out and how one Titan will take over parts of another one. Because obviously we had the heavy weapon one that we saw earlier, and then we had Eren with the Attack Titan eat them and kind of have those abilities now. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know if he's going to eat the Armored Titan or if one of the other people are going to grab somebody else. A lot of different stuff happens in the world, and I don't exactly know how that will affect anything for the story if two Titans combine. Like if we have the Jaw Titan and the Colossal Titan, where we have like or the Cart Titan that walks on 4 legs. Will we have a giant colossal Cart Titan or something like that? We could have a lot of different stuff happen. As far as we know, if one person eats one of the main 7 Titans. So, anyway, moving on. Let's see, what else did we read? All right, let's move these out of the way. So we also read Blood on the Tracks. This has been out for a little while, but it is also another good one by Shuzo Oshimi. If you know, this is one of the people that I really enjoyed reading. Um, it's a little weird. So between reading Happiness and reading Inside Mari and then having Blood on the Tracks come out, um, it's been a really weird journey reading Oshimi work. And I feel like we haven't really come back to the human aspect of it, which is what I feel like Oshimi is the best at. And now we kind of have it again with Blood on the Tracks, with a kid and basically his psycho mother. So sounds like many people's mothers. So especially if you're dating their person, right? So their kid. Um, so we also have Idle Sponger Life. This I feel like we're really slow moving. Same thing though, it is kind of faster pace, and we're seeing glimpses of the world or whatever as we go forward. But we found out basically like they've had a kid, now he's older, and different things that go on with the kingdom, which I feel like that is something good. It does have a more Game of Thrones Philly timeline as like a week could have passed or a few days or whatever. But we do have these other two people from a different kingdom, and we're trying to figure out what's going to happen, because everything is just kind of political bullshit. So we'll have to figure out what's going to go on there. But it is really good. I am highly enjoying that. We also have Ajin Volume 14. If you don't know about this, the last time that we had it, let me see if I remember the guy's name. The army guy. His name is. I almost just want to call him Togusa, but I know that's that's Ghost in the Shell. His name is Sato. So yeah, it would be the guy from Ghost in the Shell. So Sato has basically made this plan that he's going to blow up all of the big leaders and keeps going back to the army base and picking up jets and flies and basically tries to go to the buildings that they're at and blow them up with these. And then, after that happens, whatever gets obliterated of him, which is basically his whole body, you spawn back off biggest part of your body. And so they keep cutting off his arm. He goes and pilots the plane, blows it up, and then spawns back off of the arm. They cut it off, and he goes and does it again. Well, now we've kind of gotten into the middle of getting him, and how do you restrain an Ajin person? So we're getting a lot of stuff of what it is. One of my Gundams started sliding off the top. Other thing, I don't know if y'all can see it, but it's really creepy sounding because you just hear this little, because they're in plastic bags, so you can hear them kind of like it's sliding down the mountain of Gundams. So let me see if I can get these put back together. Okay, let's go with. We'll do this one first. So this is Overlord, the Undead King 2 and 3. You guys know I'm a supporter of manga and stuff, and if I like the main series, I will continue to get everything for it. I'm just not really big into the 4-panel comedy mangas based off of other stuff, and that's kind of what this is. So it's not the best, but it does have some little funny skits, stories here and there. I chuckled a few times, but that's what the Undead King O part is. So you do have some stuff there as you progress forward with it. was like, I just had that one, guys. I just had it. All right. All righty then. Bam. There we go. That is basically all we needed to do right there. All right. So the next one that I read, which I read a lot of it, was the, what's the first one? Was the Promised Neverland. So I hop back into it where they're at Gloryfields. No, Holyfields is a different book. My bad. They're at the little place, the hunting ground. I can't remember the name of it because I remember the other ones, Glory Bell, one of the other ones. So we come back into it, and they are basically planning. There's a kind of picture of it to jog your memory. They go back into it, and they figure out, okay, how are we going to take out basically this group of monsters that keep coming in? What are we going to do with them? How do we take them out? And that is what they do. They basically decide and get a plan going of how they are going to kill them, all this other stuff. And then we get to the point where they do that. They get down to the last guy. We don't know if he's dead or alive. They kind of insinuate that he's probably alive. We'll see him in the future. But we also get to see, which I thought so with this book, we got to see our buddy right here come back. So now you find out that he has basically taken everybody for Minerva has been killed or something. You find out basically that what is his name? Lucas? I just know they've swapped it on us. Norman, okay. We found out that Norman's come back. Norman is still alive, has basically rallied these troops from one of the facilities to come and help him, and that he is going to save all the farms and create a new utopia for them. And we don't exactly know because some of the people say that he has never looked away as when Emma and Ray and everybody came back. So maybe something did happen to him. We're not 100% sure on that yet, but it is something that we are progressing towards to figure that out. On top of now there is kind of a fight plan back in place for them to do stuff, which is cool. Then we have this one, which is Black Clover. A lot of crap happened. I am kind of shocked when I stopped reading this of what happened. We do have them defeat the last member of the little guild of the Eye of the Midnight Sun, or whatever, the people with the third eye on their face. And how they have progressed in their story to what it is. We find out that the Golden Dawn guy actually has two souls, which who saw that coming? Honestly, we saw the signs the whole time, so I kind of figured it would be something like that, having a split personality, or maybe just having, like they use it as another soul inside of him. When they swap souls, the body changes, which is something that we've seen in Splinter, and a couple other movies like that, as well as older stuff. And so it kind of made sense that was going to happen. I did not see the whole group of elves being raised from the dead, basically, and taking over almost everybody's body in the Golden Dawns. That was something that was insane. I really enjoyed the story when that happened, as well as everybody kind of picking up the pace and having their characters be fleshed out a little more. So I'm really wondering on some points, because we do have the salamander dragon and we do have the wind elf, if we will have an elemental thing kind of come out of it, where there is like maybe a golem and a myriad, or um, something like that, a mermaid maybe. That is a spirit that somebody has. No idea. But we do have some characters that came back that are my favorite ones that haven't been in the fight for a while, as well as getting to see some other characters come out, which uh, there's a lot of questions for it. I feel like I might have to make another just Black Clover, throw questions out, pick my mind kind of, and just drain it and let everybody else watch the video and see what they think about it. Because there are so many questions that I have for um, Black Clover right now. So it is very good. I think I enjoyed it better than Promise Neverland, and Promise Neverland came out with a lot of punches. So I was not ready for that. But moving forward, we also got into reading the rest of To the Abandoned Sacred Beast. So 8, 9, and 10. Very good. We got to see somebody, I think, a griffin again, which is another reigning quality. I feel like with most of these, it was either like a hawk, an owl, a griffin, um, some kind of weird winged chimera. There were just a bunch of winged creatures that kept popping up this month for all my reads that were in there. Either as a symbolism or an actual creature in it, something. So that was pretty weird to have that pop in as well. Um, so let's see. Then we also got caught up on this as well, which is the heroic legend of Arslan. Really good. If you guys know me, I love war battle tactic stuff, and the heroic legend of Arslan, I feel like, is a big one that fills that need for me. Um, I totally like this series. I enjoy it. Um, I don't know why every time I put it down, it almost feels like I have an intimidation factor of it. Maybe I don't want to pick it up because if something goes wrong, I won't like it and it might ruin the whole series for me. So there is kind of that fear, I feel like. But every time I pick it up, it blows me away. It's phenomenal. So if you haven't read Arslan, I highly recommend that you try that. It is a very, very good series to read and to enjoy. So we're coming up on our last two that we had. Um, Basically, the redeeming trait with most of this, what I read, was trying to get a lot of what I had off, and a lot of it is basically like Shonen Jump or something like that. That I'm trying to catch up to what it is. That way, I can get it off the shelf. I think besides that, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 or so 10 series right here, and then a couple other ones in there, ranging between 5 books. One of them has 10. But just trying to get caught up, trying to finish series off, and just really, really enjoy what it is that I'm reading while doing all that. So, having a lot of fun. Currently, I'm reading The Rest of World Trigger, which is another one that I enjoy. And so that will be in the next month haul or whatever, or not haul, but read. So, yeah, if you want to know what I was reading currently. But anyway, here is the last two. Like I said, Very good ones. I really enjoyed these. And that is Goblin Slayer Year 1. We're still learning about Goblin Slayer from this. And I think it's great. What Goblin Slayer is today is based off of all the stuff from Year 1. Everything that we see him basically as being a badass and not having any room for a lot of growth, that it seems like, because he's got this whole mindset now, is based off of what he learned in Year 1, which I think is really good. I mean, I feel like Year 1 probably should have started out what it is before Goblin Slayer, because then you would have been able to see where the story was going. So Year 1 makes it a lot more enjoyable. I don't think I have read any of Brand New Day yet, but that is a new one, or that is one that I'll have to obviously read and see where it goes. If it adds more to it, if it doesn't, other stuff like that. And then we do have one more series that's coming out for that later on, I think next year. So, and then the last one, this is actually the one that I finished. I waited forever for it. I'm very glad that I finally got the rest of this. This is one that I can actually store away now because I finished the series. Ooh, yay, add another one to your belt. But and everyone will go bananas for it because I know they've already done it like 7 times. But that is Nyan Keys. So we read 4, 5, and 6. So it was weird. I'm not gonna lie about that. It was really weird to get to the end of the series and not really have that much feel like it needed to explain more, not really feeling that there was that much that it needed to expand upon anything. It was just kind of like the life side story of a cat. I feel like, and I mean, we could have had anything. We could have had something else happen. We could have had all this other stuff, but it just really seemed like it was one of those almost like a Life of Pets thing, but with a personification of the person so much, or of the animal so much, that they were human. So if you guys have ever seen one of those things, like if they took a Pokemon or something and they changed them where it was a human that had like the costume parts or whatever of the Pokemon to know what Pokemon it represented, basically that's what it felt like with Life of Pets. So it was nice. It was fun. There was a few sad moments that I don't know if they were 100% true, but it did leave a lot of stuff open for us to figure out or go with the story and stuff. So, but that is all I read. So obviously, I did read kind of a lot, and now I'm happy that I'll get to display it on my shelves, at least until I get done with the series that I have. And yeah, just kind of move forward from there on top of the other ones. Future stuff, be ready to see rest of Fire Force that I need to catch up on, Seven Deadly Sins, My Hero Academia, other ones like that. One Piece, I'm a little behind on that. So, and then some of the not bigger series, as in how long they run, but bigger series as in the size of the book. I have some of those that I need to get done and caught up on as well. So anyway, that should be it. Stay tuned. Basically, almost every Friday night and or Saturday, we have the Otaku Dadcast podcast. Come out and watch that, as well as be ready because we do have some really cool people coming down the tube. Check out mine, Otaku Mike's Bizarre Individuals channels, as well as our Instagram, Twitters, wherever else you can find us for more content. And just really sit down and have a good conversation with us, because all of us really enjoy our manga and would sit down and talk to anybody really about what we've read and pick your brains about it, just like I was bringing up about Black Clover. So let me know if you guys have read it and what you guys fantasize or think about with it. And maybe we'll get a little chat going. So as far as it goes for Bizarre and Mike, you'll just have to ask them because they read different stuff as well. But I will catch you guys later. I'm Jim Greaves. Thank you. Bye.